Morning again, everybody. Today is October the 6th of 2021. We are on Psalm 24, a Psalm of David. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, or shall stand in the holy place? He that hath clean hands, and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and the righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that shall seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob. Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts, he is the King of glory. Selah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. It reminds me of the passage somewhere down the line. I don't remember exactly where it is. In the New Testament, where it says that when Christ comes back, he will walk through certain gates of Israel. What that reminds me of. Earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Because when he created the world, he divided the waters from the waters above and the waters below, and put a firmament therein. I was watching something yesterday about it was one of the they changed their names. They're not the Flat Earth Brothers. They're the Founded Earth Brothers, I think now. What they said they are. Um but they do pretty amazing work. The one guy the one guy on there, he definitely knows a thing or two about his studies. You hear some crackling in the background because I'm kind of cleaning some trash off my desk. But I was watching one of their videos, and he was talking about some Antarctic expedition. Well, not really an expedition. He was talking about these guys in Antarctica, which I don't know exactly who they were. I wasn't really paying that much attention. It wasn't until the middle of the video where I kind of stopped and I was like, "Oh, hey." But it was a guy that works down in Antarctica was saying that they get ice samples in, and a majority of the ice samples are just regular old ice samples, the stuff that we see every day. But they get this highly oxygenated ice, this really blue, you know, almost what they were saying that it wasn't hard to cut, but it was very hard ice. Um, I think he was saying that it was almost like fluid. I don't know. It was weird. Again, I wasn't paying much attention. It wasn't until halfway through the video that I kind of was stopped and was listening. But he was saying that this blue ice, comes from like a little bit deeper inside of, most of these caves and tunnels that they're digging in Antarctica. And it was a really, really light blue, sometimes a dark blue, almost like a sapphire. And he referenced that to a passage in the Bible where it says that at the feet of his throne there looked to be sapphire. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm trying to find the words, but you can tell this is off the cuff, right? he, was, he was talking about it like that, and every time I hear things like that, I you try to visualize it the best you can, and I can see that. I can see, especially if it was pure oxygen, that we've talked about before the flood. There was a high oxygen level, high oxygen content. I mean, even science has proven that, which is that goes along with the big giant bugs and the big giant animals and giant humans, all that stuff. So that oxygen had to go somewhere, and for it to be frozen in Antarctica just makes sense. And he was also describing how this stuff could also be part of the firmament, how this sapphire dome that sits at the feet of God, while he's on his throne, that could be the firmament as well. And it just got me thinking. It just, one of those things that I don't really think about too much, but whenever I hear things like that, it just makes me start trying to visualize it. And he showed a picture of a sapphire, and I went online, and I could only really find one or two that were similar to that picture. But this sapphire that he showed a picture of, it was just a big piece of it in this guy's hand, and when you looked inside of it, it looked like it had all these little tiny pinpricks of light inside of it, like stars. So I went online. I was looking for pictures of sapphire, and of course, you get all the cut sapphire. You get all the cut and polished, the real pretty. They cut it all up and made it nice. But then you would get like the raw sapphire, and there were some pieces that looked like it had little flecks of light inside of it. And again, it made me stop and think. I'm not saying that the foundation or the foundation. I'm not saying that the firmament is sapphire. I'm not saying that the firmament is some perfect blue oxygen ice. But when you put those two pieces together, when you hear about this truly blue oxygenated ice that is really, really light blue, which is the color of the sky when the sun is shining on it. And then at night, it has the appearance of a sapphire with little tiny pinpricks of stars in it. You have to kind of stop and wonder what's going on there. That could be crazy. I don't know. I mean, it could just be that I'm putting two and two together and there's nothing there. I do not even remotely claim to understand exactly what's going on up in the heavens, but it's little things like that as we put the puzzle pieces together that kind of make you think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's something more there to look into. It was just something that I felt like talking about today, I guess. Um, I don't have anything else other than that, really. I got to go to work here in a little bit, so I will go ahead and stop it here. Um, I wish you all well. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I wish you all well. I love you all. Um, Take care. God bless. That good stuff. I don't really have anything else. It's a what is it? Wednesday? It's a Wednesday, man. It's a weird kind of day. It's a weird kind of day. All right, you guys take it easy.